For number 9, it says in the system of equations above, these two right here, k is a constant, x and y are variables. For what value of k will the system of equations have no solution? Okay, so in the end, they want you to find what is k. All right, but they give you a little tip here. They say that the system of equations have no solution. So let me do a little review with you guys, okay? When two lines intersect, that's considered a solution where the two lines intersect, okay? Let's just say that there's a line here and you got that. How many solutions are here then? 2, okay? When we did this question for the last one, when you got one line here and then another line directly on top of it, this is called, oh wait, so this is one solution, this is 2 solutions, and this is called infinitely many solutions. And there are many things that you could tell from this one, okay? That there's infinitely many solutions. Another thing that you should know is that the line is on top of the line. And if the line is on top of the line, it's identical. That means they have the same slope, right? If it's infinitely many solutions. And then there's something called no solutions. And that's when the lines will forever, infinitely into space, always be parallel. And if it's always going to be parallel, what we know about its character then is that it has the same slope, right? Because if it had even the smallest, just, I don't even know, in the millionth tenths or whatever it's called, of a difference, one day those two lines will cross. Okay, even if it takes years of it being parallel and then it crosses one day. But if it absolutely has no solution, that's saying that they will never cross. And when it says no solution, that also means that they have the same slope. Okay, and so now I know that they're going to have the same slopes. That is established, so I'm going to highlight that. When I look at these two number or lines, what I see is that every single one has a y and it has an x, okay? I want to remind you again, just like the last question, y equals mx plus b is the slope formula that you must memorize. So what I'm going to do is, if I need to find out what is k, notice that the k is next to the x. What does that mean that the k would be? The slope, okay? If they want to know what is k, that means they want to find the slope. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to take each of these and I'm going to separate them right here. And I want to put both of these lines into the slope formula so it looks easier for me to read. Okay, so if I want the y to stay on this side of the equal sign, I'm going to leave that here, but I'm going to subtract out the kx. I'm going to subtract out the kx. That's going to cross out. Negative 3y equals 4. And actually, I'm going to go negative kx plus 4, just so I could keep it in the same format. I don't want to put the mx after the b. I'm going to keep it in this exact format. Does everybody see what I just did there? Okay, and I want the y by itself, so I'm going to divide out the 3. Those are going to cross out. Divide out the 3. Divide out the 3. That means y is going to equal positive, because the negative and the negative cancel each other out, positive k over 3x minus 4 over 3. So what is the slope? It's this thing right over here. So we found the slope for the first equation. Now let's look at the second equation, this one right here. Okay, let's put this into slope format. So I'm going to go negative 4x, and bring that there. That's going to cross out. I'm going to have negative 5y equals negative 4x plus 7. I'm going to divide out the negative 5, divide out negative 5, divide out negative 5. Those cancel out. Y is going to equal negative makes a positive 4 over 5x minus 7 over 5. So this is the slope here. If I'm looking for what is k, how am I supposed to solve this? First, I know that the slopes are the same because it said that there's no solution. Therefore, slopes are the same. I was able to find out what the slopes were. So now what I want to do then is, since I know they're the same, and this one is like a full slope, and this one is a partial because the k is missing, but I need to find out what the k is. What do I do to find out what the k is? Cross multiply. Okay, so 5k is going to equal 12. Divide out the 5, divide out the 5. K is going to equal 12 over 5, and that is your answer. Another way that you could have done this is plugging in, but that's going to take light years. But the answer happens to be A, so this is probably the more legit way to do this question.